chestnut.
Second and a half later. All right. Must have been mom or dad, right? All right. Sorry, we are having all kinds of technical difficulties. I need to make it dangerous for all the comedians who are about to come up. I do apologize. This might be loud. Hold on. I'm going to do this. All right, adjusting audio on the fly. I apologize for anybody who's looking at my forehead right now. Let's fix the audio. Make sure that... Nope, we don't want that. All right, yeah. All right, I think we're good. We are back. We're doing take 2. Probably nobody's watching. But anyway, welcome back. I'm going to try and keep an eye on myself. I'm pretty good. All right, so everybody, welcome back to Phygital Nights. We have been having some technical difficulties. I apologize to the showcase performers. I think I fucked up the entire video of that. But, if you want, just, sign up for the open mic and you can capture what you wanted to earlier. Shit happens, especially when you wear Browns fucking jerseys, or you have explosive diarrhea that's brought on by AI, or lettuce, cilantro, whatever. It feels good to be back online. If you're not here, there is a party going on. Beyond my craziness that's going on in my head trying to troubleshoot this live stream. But we must continue. We must go on. I'm going to go out of frame here in just a second because I need to grab the open mic list. All right, man. It's good that I have. I'm sorry, I'm chomping on some ice. Delicious beverage poured by Gina, the bartender. If you've not interacted with Gina yet, you should do so immediately because we're gonna have a cheers here in a second. So fill up your cup, even if it's water, Diet Coke. I don't care. But get your cup full here in a second. So I got a few cheers, a few celebrations going on. Big cheers for Satin, who had to go home. My wife, Satin, made an appearance tonight. Big round of applause for her. Yeah, we've been having a good week. Don't want to jinx anything, so I'm not going to go into too many details. But if you've been following along, I do have a child in the NICU, and things are looking good. So fingers crossed, everybody. All right, everybody got a drink that needs a drink. If somebody is desperate and drinks alcohol, I have extra of my big can of hoopty on the patron of the arts table here, which brings me to my cheers, actually. Our patron of the arts is Steve Merrick. He is a former colleague of mine. He's retired, and he wants to invest in doing cool things with cool people and lifting people up. So he is helping out with our, production. So I want to give a cheers and a big round of applause for our friend Steve. So big holler for Steve. 1, 2, 3. Steve, I appreciate you, my friend. And your table is always available. along with the bar tab. If you're interested in sponsoring or being a patron of the arts, let me know. It's so refreshing. Thank you, Gina. You deliver delicious beverages. That took a lot to get out. I'm sorry. All right. So without further ado, we're gonna get our open mic started. We only have 5 people signed up, so there are plenty of opportunities for you to just test some stuff out. Just talk. I don't give a shit as long as it's funny and you don't get. Say what you want. But without further ado, hopefully the recording of this set goes a little bit better than the last one. Let's welcome back our headliner this evening, Mr. Caleb Burgett. You can have time to set up. That's fine. That's fine. I would definitely recommend setting up a backup camera because I shit the bed with the internet here earlier. So, all right. Well, hopefully this records better. Appreciate you.
Yeah, one more time for Buster, everybody. All these mistakes in the Brown jerseys don't. You gotta be, you gotta be a Colts fan, man. You gotta join the fucking pride, man. We're not good either, but at least we know that and don't have this unwilling pride that you just, with no consent, just lash on other people. So yeah, thanks, Buster. How much time am I getting? Oh, cool. Short and sweet. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? We doing okay? We doing great, great, awesome. Um, all right, let's work on some new shit. Um, I had a classmate that told me that her parents were in the air during 9/11, which I thought was wow. That's pretty crazy, right? Like imagine you just hear about planes hitting the towers and you're just a terrorist on a flight. Like you're just, I mean, this. Imagine being a terrorist on 9/11. Like that's like, oh shit, my buddies are making mistakes. Like, one hit a cornfield. I should have prayed more. So that's cool. Um, I oh shit, I forgot to take off my glasses. Guys, yeah, it's always fun not being prepared. Um, let's see here. I um, I think sex and sports are a lot alike. It feels good to score. The winner gets a ring. Um, every position matters. Like every position can make an impact in this game. Like there's always hope. Like oh, you're not good at right field. Just be a designated hitter. Oh, you don't like putting in the work? Let some other guy do it. It's pretty much what baseball is, right? all these all these designated hitters, like David Ortiz was a cuck. Holy shit! It's the biggest cuck I've ever seen. uh, let's see here. I um I think it's funny that there are racist black people. Gee, I wonder where you got that idea. We're having fun. We're having fun. Uh, uh, R.I.P. Kobe. You know, I feel like I have to say that given my sneaker collection. You know, I mean, once that helicopter went down, my sneaker game went right up. It's just ridiculous. I mean, clear skies or not, my sneakers fly, baby. There's rest in peace. LeBron's better, obviously. He's still here. He beat Kobe. He's. Jordan fan. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, but he played against more white people than LeBron did. Should we say that? LeBron had a better league. Like Bill Russell was playing against plumbers and stuff. Like did those 11 championships even count? Like, no, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Uh, Speaking of hard topics, women's basketball. You guys fans? You sure? I'm just. I like women. I like basketball. But it's like ketchup and ice cream, though. It's all right. No one else likes that. I think women in basketball are like ketchup and ice cream. Anybody agree? Yeah, something like that. Sure. All right, that's cool. We were acting on women's basketball for a little bit. That was fun. Remember that? Remember when we did that? I'm gonna do it again, actually. Uh, let's see here. Um, I like I like doing. You know what I like doing? I like hosting comedy shows, and I'm having some in Asheville, Ohio, coming August 8th and September 12th. You'll see uh, a comic that's going to be here tonight. Actually, the next comic that's going to be here, that's going to be at the show, is on September 12th. So yeah, come check us out. I'm at Caleb Bergen on Facebook and Burgotti Comedy. That's Bugatti with an R on all my socials. So soft R, not a hard R. So it's all right, cool. You guys are fun. So yeah, check us out. Have a good night. He's picking up my dab pen. Shout out. You're my boy, Blue. Let's go.
I missed the button. That's almost like I didn't inhale, right? All right. We're gonna keep things going with another guy who performed tonight. Who probably got his set ruined by the poor internet connection, and I do apologize. But let's do a redo, and I'll just put your socials up and just tell the same jokes. I don't care. Let's welcome back to the stage, Sam Gibbs.
Yep, I'm gonna cram the entire set from before into 5 minutes now. So we're gonna just speed run this. Been speed running GTA 5 again. Just I'm going all side missions first, like as many side missions as I can first. I think that's like what I've been doing with my life too. Like I've just been working on all the side missions. I haven't like picked something to focus on. I haven't like I hyperfixate, but I don't like hyperfixate on anything that like is beneficial to my finances. I'm actually like really bad with money. Like really like I saw a place that was a debt management advisors. I'm like, I could do that. I would give like some unorthodox advice though. I'd be like, change your phone number. Have your mail sent to a vacant lot. Find a homeless guy and just like pay him to take on your debt. I hope people pay for that advice because I got some homeless people to pay. Columbus just started a program where they're cleaning up the homeless. They're doing a homeless hygiene program. Like they're not going to house homeless people, but they're going to give it a little, woman's touch. So they're going to pour some Fabuloso on that. It's like that's like, I mean, you're not solving the problem. That's like painting over wallpaper. It's like you're not really fixing it. You're just. It's like fixing everything with like zip ties and duct tape. Like, yeah, we still have a lot of unhoused people, but they're lemony fresh, you know? Fuck, like, you know, building more places to live. We need more housing, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm gonna. We need more housing. We gotta. We gotta start doing some work, guys. Like I mean, it can't all just be Mexicans and Amish people doing it. Like we gotta. White people gotta step up and build some fucking houses. My great uncle built a house that he got out of a Sears catalog. You used to be able to do that. You used to be able to buy a fucking house from a catalog. And it wasn't like an Elon Musk like micro house. Like it was a full house. Full house, really. You know, for the longest time I thought that Full House theme song, he's like, I didn't know what he was saying. It was this year I realized that he wasn't like, you know, it's whatever happened to predictability, the milkman, the paper boy. And that's where I get fucked up. I always said He-Man TV. I thought it was about He-Man being on TV. Like, whatever happened to He-Man on TV? And I don't even know what they actually say now. I learned that, and I'm taking out just He-Man. That's what I'm going with. He-Man TV. Whatever happened to He-Man TV? I think they made a He-Man movie, and no one cares. Like, no one gives a shit about. Most kids probably know He-Man for the Hey Ya song. That's a millennial thing. Like, that's. Yeah, Skeletor. You know, something else I realized is like if I have hair now. I used to not have hair, and like people used to say I looked like Gru without hair. I'm like, I really can like when I do that, I can really see their point. Like, I am adopting 3 girls. There's a lot of kids that are, you know, like it's like the homeless thing. Like we got to build some houses and we got to adopt kids. We should adopt kids from like people that just don't want their kids. That should be like you should be able to like annex a kid. Like there's parents that are so bad, you should be able to like be like, I'm taking your kid. Like we're not doing the CPS thing. I'm just gonna take your children and do, you know, wild things like feed them and feed them stuff that isn't just giving you diarrhea. I had to get it back to diarrhea somehow. You gotta feed your kids something other than lettuce. Just don't feed your kids lettuce. Unless you want diarrhea. I mean, there are some benefits to diarrhea. Like if you have an anal fissure, like it actually helps to have diarrhea because it's easier to clean up. You know, like, you know, those fissures, you know what I'm talking about, Josh. Like, you know, you got those fissures. And they say, like, you know, what's like, they have a bidet here. I don't know why we need to get those Japanese bidets that like pressure wash your asshole and then blow dry it. Like we need those. I had a bidet I got from Amazon. It was basically like someone spitting in my asshole, which Buster walked in on that one. It was just it's a light sprinkling of a bidet. It wasn't full Nagasaki bidet, you know, it wasn't the Hiroshima of bidets. You know what? The guy who dropped the bomb on Hiroshima, he did say, he was quoted. Like, if you guys saw Oppenheimer, he said, I have become death, the destroyer of worlds. Colonel Tibbets, who dropped the bomb on Hiroshima, he just said, boom, roasted. Fried. Let's all just bask in that Hiroshima joke. Bask in the ambience. That's what I do when I Dutch oven people. I fart and then I lock the. One more thing. I realized today that I have like gas. I've been having gas, and I started taking like Gas X. And my girlfriend doesn't like that I have gas. Like it doesn't help the mood in the bedroom to have gas. It really doesn't. So, but like now I like grab the gas X. She's like, ooh, I'm getting some dick tonight. Like, yeah. She's right. That's why I take the gas X for sex. Okay. I think we got all the rest of the diarrhea from my system. Okay. I'm going to give it back to Buster, who is not a Browns fan, but is for some reason wearing their jersey. I don't get it, but here he is.
I mean, I gotta show my banner for a second. I'm gonna speak to you for a moment. If anybody out there is watching and you're not subscribed to Bailey Digital Media, please do that right now. And hit that like button, comment. I don't give a fuck. Do something. Make yourself useful. All right. The show must go on, and I need to get my list because I didn't bring it up. And by the way, there's a lot of room on this list. I don't see an Ivan. I don't see a Jeremy. I don't see someone contagious. I don't see Hobson on the list. Just saying, I'm seeing a lot of blank spaces here. But without further ado, we're gonna bring up our next comedian who is a good friend of the Lizard program. He once, won a competition here and performed, at Lizard Palooza, which was pretty cool. If you didn't, check that out. We're gonna do something cool in the fall. I don't know the details yet because Michael's horrible at communicating. But when it comes time and I get more information, we're going to run another competition. And I like competition. I come from a sports world where, competition's everything. Don't let the Browns jersey fool you. I actually am competitive. I used to be a Browns fan, full disclosure. And when my dad died, I said, fuck that. I'm picking my own team because you don't control me anymore. But I do get my throwbacks, and this is actually kind of a joke. I bought it in honor of a concert in December last year in Cleveland. So I bought a custom jersey for East 1999. Does anybody get that joke? Bone Thugs, for sure. I went and saw Bone Thugs. I was trying to get backstage. I shared my outfit with Mr. Busybone. He liked it. He said, that looks dope, and didn't invite me backstage, which, right? But another member's sister came out and enjoyed a couple shots with me and a friend of mine. So big shout out to Kool-Aid. Hopefully I can get Kool-Aid on my podcast coming up. She is on my guest list. So, and you'll find more about that person at a later date. But without further ado, sorry I made you sit up. It's like church here, make you sit up, kneel, whatever. If you want to pray to me later, just, send me $5 and, that'll help. Without further ado, the one, the only Frank Dement.
Thank you, Buster. Yes, I'm the oldest comic you're going to see tonight. I'm so old my back gets stiff more than my dick. I am so old I have to lube my joints more than my dick. I am so old I use National Geographic magazine to masturbate to. Now I watch Pornhub not to masturbate but to reminisce. To reminisce. I started eating pussy at the age of 13. My tongue became muscle bound. That's why I sound like this. Yeah. People hear my voice and say, bless his heart. Is he okay? And I'm okay, but it does bring up my greatest fear, and that's having a stroke on stage, and nobody notices. Is he slurring his words? Who the fuck can tell? Who the fuck can tell? I don't have a speech impairment. I have a limited edition accent. Only a few of us are chosen. It's a little known fact. Abraham had a lisp. Yeah, the chosen people weren't the Jews, it were those of us with a lisp. What do you call a person with a lisp? A lisper? How about a group of people with lisp? Lispers or lispitarians? Neither one sounds very good. My my listeners and speech impairment is a built-in sound effect. Yeah, I'm a human spray bot. If you're too close, we have a Gallagher show going on. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. My dentist asked me if I floss. I said only when I say the word floss, and I do it twice a day. And don't get me started on birthday candles. When I'm blowing them out, someone's calling FEMA or the CDC. They certainly are. I don't mean to whistle when I talk. It's my tongue freestyling. Uh, uh, most people. Oh, I tried to use Siri the other day. She thought I was trying to summon a snake. Most people leave smudges on glasses. I leave condensation. I gave an inspiration speech to a friend before a big job interview. He said it was inspiring, but also very humid. I could be a store Santa and I could save money on overhead because I wouldn't have to buy alcohol to sound drunk. I was on a date the other night and the girl said, "You have such a unique voice. That's Lisp code for I'm trying to figure out what that last vowel was." Having a lisp was like being given a microphone that only plays in stereo and spits in your face. My S's don't just S, they slap. When I say succulent sandwich, it sounds like I'm power washing a sidewalk. I've had people say that I should get speech therapy. Why would I pay anyone to change my personality? Why would I do that? I'm going to do this new joke here I've been working on. You know the stereotypical white woman. First, you got Ashley. Ashley is aggressively cheerful. She thinks it's pumpkin spice season 365 days of the year. Every sentence ends with live, love, and live, laugh, and love. You don't even dislike her until she says, "You should smile more." Then you want to slap the bitch. Then you got Karen. Karen sees a no refund sign and immediately asks, "Who's the manager?" Karen doesn't call 911. She calls corporate. But the worst one, there's ugly, fat sister, Natalie. Natalie doesn't ask for the manager. She doesn't even leave the house. She goes straight to the keyboard, got her Savior complex, a Ring camera, and Wi-Fi. Karen wants to ruin your afternoon, and Natalie wants to ruin your career. Don't be a Natalie. Don't be a Natalie. Yes. I was on Kill Tony, as many of you know. And I always love going to Austin because they think I'm Cajun there. And I always went by the terrorist-free airline. Yeah, Spirit Airline, RIP. They were, because no self-respecting terrorist would hijack Spirit. They'd be the laughing stock of the terrorist world. I can hear it now. Did you hear about Abdul? No. He hijacked a Spirit Airline. He's only getting 36 virgins. Most people kill Tony, got aspirations and stuff. I went up there, told a few jokes, did a prostate exam, and was dating a younger woman. And now they think I'm a Dalai Lama of dick jokes. Tony asked me how long I've been doing comedy. I said 2 marriages worth. He said I was the funniest guy they ever had. That looked like he wasn't allowed 50 yards from a school. Most people up there on Kill Tony are in their 20s, got holes in their t-shirts and talking about microdosing on shrooms. I'm fully dosed on blood pressure and ED meds, and I'm running circles around the motherfuckers. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Anything else? You want to go there? No, I don't think so. Anyway, last month we celebrated Father's Day. We got any fathers out there? Yeah. Yeah, this is the first Father's Day I celebrated as an actual father. Yeah, 67 and father for the first time. Yeah, I got that fucking paternity test. I had a 15% sperm mobility rate. Yeah, most of my guys just lay there. They don't even dog paddle. But that one fucking Michael Phelps, he got there, motherfucker. Yeah. And so while I was figured I'd look back at my history, family history, and I found out my fifth great grandfather was the founder of Springfield, Ohio. Yeah, the statue of him and shit there. And when I looked at his biography, said gambler, no, drinker, gambler, and founder of Springfield. Well, that fucking tracks, doesn't it? And then my second grandfather was a black man, and he had a wife in Virginia, and my second great grandmother in Kentucky as a wife. Yeah, well, that fucking tracks too, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Okay, I'm going to end on my favorite ones. I'm a bit of a free thinker. I like to question things every now and then, like when Isaac came down from the mountain with Abraham after that unfortunate sacrifice situation. Did he ever sleep with both eyes closed again? When Jesus turned water into wine, did he make it Manischewitz or Mogan David? And if it was Mogan David, was it Mad Dog 2020? Just want to know these things. But the thing I question most is Islam and their 72 virgins. Why 72? Why not 75 or 100? Something that rolls off the tongue a little better. And why virgins? Willie, you want to go through all the time with, hey, bitch, watch the teeth, watch the teeth? I don't think so. As I've enumerated here, and in the past, I got some fucking to catch up on. I don't want 72 virgins. I want 72 whores. Going fast on this one. I look like Duck Dynasty and sound like Daffy Duck. I look like Gondorf and sound like his retarded brother. I look like Jack Black and sound like Sylvester the Cat, suffering succotash. I look like Gary Garcia and sound like him on an acid trip. I look like Ron Jeremy and sound like him with a dick in his mouth, but I can't suck my own dick, which if I could, I wouldn't be here. And I wouldn't be this fat because I know no one could suck my dick better than me because no one knows me better than me. That's been my time. I've been Frank the Big. Let's bring back your host, Buster Chestnut.
I feel like I need to put a couple extra S's in my name just to fuck with Frank. Frank, we love you. We love you. Thank you for coming up and bringing more talent with you. I do want to take a moment and tell one joke. You brought up acid, whatever. I don't judge. I don't judge. In fact, you know how we drug test our athletes just to make sure that they're not cheating? Like, I feel like we need to start drug testing our, creatives and our artists, not to disqualify them from anything, but God damn, of course I fucked up my own video. All right. Hopefully I'm a little closer. I don't know. But anyway, not to disqualify them from anything. I just want to, I have to find what went into the mind frame of them creating this art. I don't want to go into a museum and read oil on canvas 1974. It's just boring, I need to, need to get the more detailed information. I need the drug facts. I want to read the plaque and it say medium oil on canvas. Blood alcohol content 0.18. THC level, Willie Nelson. Acid, maybe. I want to know what goes into the mind frame of these creative geniuses. Looking at a painting, seeing a melting clock. Like, no, fucking Dolly. That's not a melting clock. You were just coming off of a 3-day peyote bender. We know. But I need to know the genius behind a lot of these art things. Like recently, there was a museum where they paid tribute to an exhibition artist, I guess. And they decided that it was a good idea to paint the floor with peanut butter, which is an awesome tribute to this guy that passed away. But it's also a complete fucking nightmare for anybody with a peanut allergy. It's basically like, here's 10,000 assassination attempts. Have fun. All right. I'm still working on that one. Yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here to work on things. And I'm actually intrigued to hear our next performer. I've never heard them perform because they came up from Chillicothe. And I don't go to Chillicothe, but I will. I promise. I promise. Because Frank's our friend, and I want to make it down there and support our friends. So, without further ado, I'm going to welcome the Lizard debut of Mr. Josh Richter. All right. I said it with an inflection on the. Thank you, sir.
Harder on that, yeah. You ready for some real cutting edge shit? I don't know what the uproar is over the YN takeover when we haven't even had the BN takeover yet. Big naturals. I just landed a gig as head cartoonist on the newly announced Euphoria, the animated series. When asked about my position during an interview, the creator of the series said, and I quote, he can't draw hands for shit, but his attention to detail when it comes to drawing huge tits is unmatched. In relation to men's mental health awareness, the World Health Organization changed its slogan from changing the narrative on suicide to put my dick in your mouth or I'll put a gun in mine. How come it's always the fat protesters being the loudest about starting a movement? Now, not only are you annoying, but clearly you're a liar too. I had court today for getting busted selling hand jobs while wearing a Burger King uniform. Apparently dressing for the job that you want, not the job that you have, is a felony now. A very successful friend of mine once told me that the key to life is to find the one thing that you love to do the most and try to get paid to do it. So with that being said, if there's anybody here that would like to hire me to jack off in public, please email me. This is going just exactly how I thought it was, so we're good. When you get to my age, you date a lot of newly single mothers who are trying to adapt to the new dating scene. I got a text from this girl that said, I bet you've never seen a pussy like this before. And when I opened it, it was just a picture of her son in his new karate outfit. I turned 39 back in November. I went from kissing hip dimples to thumbing through skin shrapnel and C-section scars like I'm in pussy Vietnam. I'm extremely bad about picking up signals from women. Once I thought I was going on a date with this girl, but in reality, she just needed a ride to buy baby formula. I don't know what's more embarrassing, catching the wrong vibe or using food stamps while wearing a tuxedo. During one of our conversations, she asked if I ever had whiskey dick before. I was disgusted by that question. Sounds like it tastes awful. Around this time last year, I got in trouble with the law for stolen valor for trying to get a military discount at a restaurant. Apparently, the hostess at Golden Corral's a big history buff because she said I didn't look nearly old enough to have been the Chinese Nanjing Uprising of 1927. I was diagnosed with autism the same day that my ancestry DNA test results came back. I'm proud to say I officially can say the R word and the N word freely. I'm one HIV test away from having a full house. This year for Lent, I'm giving up commenting, you're invited to the cookout on white girl TikToks. I see people complaining about fat white lesbians wearing wife beaters during the summer. They see it as disgusting. I see it as good marketing. I got a follow on Instagram from someone named Click Here to See My Pussy. I was extremely skeptical because I don't know any Asian people. They say if you love something, set it free. If it comes back, then it's yours. If it doesn't, it never was. If that's the case, how come I keep getting forced back into rehab? Back in the 90s, it was cute when a girl had a name like Ronnie or Charlie. Now it's just a gamble. My aunt's a real spiritual person. I remember we were all sitting on the porch after my grandmother passed away when a cardinal flew over and landed directly in front of us. It's Mom, she says, with tears in her eyes, which pissed me off because I thought Grandma was a human my entire life. I wasn't a bad kid by all means, but my parents loved busting me for shit that I shouldn't have been doing. They always treated it like it was some sort of a cat and mouse game. I remember one time they walked in on me masturbating, which was not only embarrassing, but also extremely stressful because I knew it was my turn to be it. I once bought a Down syndrome girl a ceramic clown for her birthday, thinking it would get a good laugh from the rest of the kids in my class. Not only do I still feel guilty about it, but I lost my teaching license. That's all I got. We're cooking.
Thank you, man. I gotta take your banner off. Sorry. I gotta promote myself. Hold on. Yeah, let's run that one. All right, fuck it. All right, so I am running a. I did it again. Am I, Josh? Can you do me a favor? Am I anywhere near in frame on the laptop? All right, cool. Thank you so much, Josh Richter, once again. All right, we're gonna keep things moving. When do you want me to light you? By the way, friend who's talking to Frank. When do you want me to light you? All right. So with that, hopefully I get some actual footage of the comedian because once again, our internet on my PC screwed up again, always. And I may not have recorded it correctly. So bring your zingers and put your hands together for the amazing opener tonight, Kirsten Kroc. I feel like a seal right now.
Or I could see it. I wish you would have done that. Would have made it much more fucking enjoyable. You didn't record the set last time?
I think I did. But
That's the time I did a good job. I recorded it. It's okay. I usually ask for like consent when guys are like taking a video. Buster's okay though. I was like, all right, you can have that.
if you need it.
I'm just kidding. This is fucking funny. You really have one?
Just in case.
Has anyone told Xavier about this? Because he's been making me have photos like this for years now. When we first became best friends, I was like, man, give me your phone. I'll just selfie. I will selfie for you up here, man. He's so nice, though. That is kind as fuck of him to actually take photos of everybody. Because now we got like free headshots. Speaking of what free headshots, what's his dick? Where'd he go? Hobson. I got my glasses on. I can't see you.
He's creeping in the back.
Hobson can take some photos, man. And he'll get you at a good angle. He cares. He's like, I'm not about to walk around with ugly fucking friends. And I damn sure I'm not about to post them on my page. There's no fucking way. Oh, I unplugged the mic. My bad. I'm always like jerking it. Every time. I wrap it up like a vacuum. And I never knew that I did that until our buddy Terrence was like, here's a plethora.
Do I need to get the electrical tape out?
I like to slowly put it back on. It's like a condom. I'm like, take it off. I'm trying to trap you. He's like, no, put it back in. I'm just kidding. But no, Terrence sent me like 15 photos and he was like, screenshot and was like, did you know that you wrap this up every time? I'm like, I've been vacuuming since a young age. You can't fucking tell. Like Cinderella in this bitch. Had to be. I'm kind of glad you guys weren't here earlier. I did way better. Oh, man. That's usually what I tell guys. I'm like, oh, if you met me sooner, I was way skinnier. Not that they care. They still let me sit on it. They're like, whoa. It was a lot heavier than last time. No offense. And then I'm just dump it. Like, it's fine. You're not about to make me feel bad about my extra 48 pounds. That my doctor is like, do you want Wegovy or do you want Ozempic? And I'm like, I'm on Medicaid, so they won't cover either. Looks like it's the good old fucking gym for me. Big time. I told my grandma the other day because she always made us feel, you know what I mean? She's one of those fucking body dysmorphia people. Tiny person. All the women on my mom's side of the family, 4'9" to 5'2", and that's it. So growing up, they were like, Kirsten, you're tall. I'm 5'4". Like she's tall. She's gonna be a basketball player. I could see her dunking now. And then they watched me at church basketball and they're like, why do you run like a deer? Why do you prance? You prance and gallop. I'm like, I danced my entire life, Mom. You made me do this. I'm just kidding. I made myself do it because one of my besties in middle school, her dad, shout out to Gary Groves. I don't know what wild hair he got up his fucking ass, but he was like, hey, I know all of you smoke Newport 100s and you're only 14. I provide you alcohol every weekend. But on Sundays, would you like to play basketball at the Frostburg Complex? At the Frostburg Complex? And we were like, yeah. We would just show up there hungover as shit. And I'd be like running by him, like, take me out. Can I sit? Can I get out now? Like running back and forth. And I'm like, this never fucking ends. People are kind of pissed about everyone being so excited about the World Cup because I know it's not an American thing. We fucked up football and called it soccer and then made our own football and did other weird shit that colonialism has, you know what I mean? That's never been a good thing. And we just keep doing it. We just keep. But I know for a fact that, like, with the soccer shit, I would never. You would never catch me running that length back and forth. I'd make it to the middle and be like, penalty, red flag, I'm fucking out. Absolutely not. I had an ex in high school, played soccer. He's like, you always bring your book. You never watch me. Like, the game's never fucking different. You just run back and forth. I've never seen your foot touch a ball. It's horrible. Where were you guys tonight? With the same hairstyle, one's pulled back and not. Are you brothers? I mean, I can't see. There's big fucking lights up here. I just see long hair. Just let me do it. You fucking mute. All right, I'll be over there to get you some drinks. We'll get to talking. I'm coming for you. Thank you, busting chestnuts, busting on our chestnuts.
All right, keep it going for our opener who came back and got hopefully some quality recordings there. I apologize if I didn't get good quality recordings earlier. We'll see what actually happened. Last call for anybody else who wants to sign up before our last open mic. Sign up. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I have some talents. That's fine. All right. No, I was fucking with you. I was trying to do a freeze up. I don't know. This guy keeps doing that. He performed here a couple weeks ago, Bobby Clontz, and he just like freezes up on the mic. And it's like very awkward and like a lot of people don't get it. I find it fucking hilarious, but I feel like it's wasting a lot of people's time. So, right? Like, it feels that way, right? But anyway, so earlier I, was ripping some cards, which that's fucking what I do. It's called V Friends. It's very obscure, but it had fun animals, and they might be for sale at some point if anybody wants them. Fuck it. All right, I'm gonna do. All right, do you guys like cards at all? No, I know. Contagion. I know you do. I appreciate you. If you don't like cards, what are your interests? What is it? Magic the Gathering. Oh, hold on. Let's see. I might. All right. I might have some Ninja Turtle Magic the Gathering cards. I don't think I brought them with me. I might have something. I don't know. Come talk to me. I have a bunch of cards over here. I have specifically baseball. I have college football, and I have AFC. Sign up. Yeah, right here. Official. And that actually gives our last open micer more time to pee. Keep peeing if you need. All right, you're up. What you bring the list just so I can announce you correctly. If I had a fuller beard, and like less of this, which I'm cutting this soon, by the way. I'm going full fucking 70s porn star. Just wait and see. You will see it and you will laugh either if it's good or I look ridiculous because I'm doing it. And by the way, you got bumped. You got bumped. You're good. How much time you got? No, how much time you got? We do like 5 minutes, but all right. All right. For 5 minutes, bring your attention to a new open mic contestant who I have not met before tonight. So let's bring the lizard welcome that we need to for. Is this your first time ever? For the first time open mic comedy of Mr. AJ.
Hi. Hello. All right. Yeah. So, anybody in this bar ever masturbated before? Because apparently, it seems like all the comedians do. So, I travel for my job. This is my first time in Hilliard. I've been in Columbus many times and have stayed in many hotels and left my semen all over the place. Hey, who hasn't? Uh, hotels are funny. They're funny because they always expect you to like go with their flow. They're like, this lady earlier when I checked in, she's like, "Oh, perfect, perfect. Everything was perfect." I'm like, "No, it's not fucking perfect. I've stayed in many hotels. It's never perfect." Thank you very much. So the checkout time. What do you mean checkout time? I just fucking get the fuck out of there as soon as I wake up. Brush my teeth and get the fuck out. Ignore the fucking semen all over the fucking blanket. Yeah, not my problem. Columbus, Ohio. Very interesting place. First time here. So mentioning card games. Oh wow, what a fucking geek you are, man. No, I love card games, man. I grew up cards all over the place, they're just dumb. But you know what? They're worthless now. I mean, but they're fun. I got a few worth a few bucks or something. Maybe trade them for some crack or something on the corner. It's totally improv here. Yeah, I'll be here all night. Probably not. Yeah. Kick my ass out. Yeah. So I'm an artist. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, and I have my own gallery in Topeka, Kansas, actually. And that's my thing. Art, music, sometimes being funny if I try. But here I am being funny. Not. Yeah. Fuck that guy, man. I'll kick his fucking ass. Damn. No, I don't know who the fuck that is. He's probably cool. I don't know. Probably way cooler than me, right? Hey, no joke. Actually, this is funny. I travel all over. So it's something about Missouri. I go into anywhere and I get this all the time. Like, hey, and it happens at a Casey's a lot. Hold on, let me put my hair down. Hey, has anybody ever told you look like Brad Pitt? I'm like, fucking every goddamn day I'm in fucking Missouri. And he's from Springfield, Missouri. I'm like, yeah, I'm his fucking cousin or some shit. I get it all the fucking time. And it never happened until I got divorced and grew my hair out. Somehow the Brad Pitt thing happened, and I'm fucking getting tired of it. It's like, all right, fine, whatever. I think I'm cooler than Brad Pitt. Not as famous or rich, but hey, I'm doing my thing, you know. But it's like no joke. Check my Facebook. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Hilliard, Ohio, for letting me just jump up here on the mic and just fucking improv some shit.
All right, keep it going for first timer AJ. Welcome to the Lizard family. Hopefully we see you again, and if not, I'm gonna give you a QR code you can scan and you can follow along on YouTube if I can get the internet to fucking work. Apparently I need to get a new PC. If anybody wants to donate to me getting a new PC, buy some fucking cards. I do. No. I don't. You're talking about going back to school. Fuck that. No. It's not gonna fund the computer I need, my brother. They're gonna give me a fucking Chromebook that can't process shit. Speaking of which, this is being run off a Chromebook, so I'm impressed. By the way. We now have come. No, that was it. That was the joke. No, we've come to the end of our open mic program. We have one comedian left. I feel like I'm not gonna be able to get back to my computer. No, you're good. I'm just fucking with you. But it might be funnier if I slip and like a dump truck just goes flying. One, two. Hold on, let me do. Will I get sued if I do the Jeopardy song? All right, I can fuck it up. Do 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 do. I'm throwing a couple extra things in there. Hopefully the algorithm doesn't pick it up. Has it been 30 seconds yet? When I'm hosting, my internal clock just doesn't fucking work at all. You're good. All right. Are we? We're good. Do you need me to move a chair, or do you need me to throw a chair? I mean, if shit goes down, I'll throw a fucking chair if I need to. I mean, no, shit gets real if somebody throws a chair. I'm just saying. Like, if somebody throws a chair, you probably want to leave because it's beyond that point. So, no chair throwing. Just saying. New rule, no chair throwing. I don't want to go there. Are you good? I'll fucking hold it if you need to. No, all right. Without further ado, our last open mic contestant, comedian, my friend, Ilika.
Hello, my name. Yes, I was just going to say thank you, Buster, for not introducing me as weird. Because that is just, look, you're always introducing me as weird. Always. It's deeply offensive. Deeply offensive to weird people because they do not want to be associated with me. Yes, well, my cocaine calculations have been extremely educational and a phenomenal success on stage. I'm working on some new calculations. Didn't quite finish them for you. This is a graph I'm working on called More Money, More Problems You Can Cause Other People. So we're working on that one. So yes, my name is Ilika. And my entire life, look, I'm a big, dorky academic inside the body of a relatively average sized woman. Yeah, and my entire life, I've committed myself to listening to, look, in terms of information, I listen to top tier political analysis and bottom of the barrel paranormal analysis. And what I mean by bottom of the barrel paranormal analysis is like two guys who live in their parents' basement analyzing, we'll say in quote, stories sent in by two ladies who live in their parents' basement. But yes, I love top tier political analysis. And sometimes people say, oh, does that mean you're an MSNBC progressive? An MSNBC progressive. I said, what the fuck, man? That's really fucking offensive. Super fucking offensive that you don't know. I am way more insufferable than that. I am a Democracy Now! Progressive. I am a, Mother Jones progressive. I get it right, man. Get it right. So I don't know. I'm trying to judge how intoxicated folks are. We're gonna go dangerously educational with it tonight. I like to hold up this drawing first and just warn everyone that this is my finest masterpiece, and it's all gonna go downhill after this. Thank you. Well, I recently did 10 minutes at the Knox County Democratic picnic, and they would not let me bring my drawings of butts. They would not. They said, Ilika, even though there will be no children there are adults there who are guaranteed to act like kids if exposed to your childish humor. So no drawings of butts. It was unfortunate because I wanted to illustrate my point about researcher bias. Yes. Been thinking a lot about about researcher bias recently as I increasingly confront the difficult fact that my own dissertation research on USAID and food trade and agricultural policy, well, that research is exactly the kind of research you're supposed to ignore when you go online to do your own research, right? The kind that's funded by the National Science Foundation and the Fulbright Commission. The kind of research that has over 500 interviews, an enormous price survey, mapping of the agricultural cycle, and takes over 5 years to analyze the data. So I get up here and I say, I did my own research. USAID funds the whole world's food supply. And people say, they look at me like, oh, hon, did you do your own research online? That's precious. But yeah, my research is exactly the kind of research you're supposed to ignore when you go online to do your own research. That's why people think I'm crazy. But I will say this. People often ask, oh, Ilika, I thought you were pansexual, not bi. I'm not going to tattoo a pan on my ass and give it any ideas what it should start to look like. Look, I recently got on stage and I said, my ass is still all right. That was a lie. It was a lie. Yeah, there's a dark side of fitness. There's a dark side of fitness that no one likes to talk about. Yeah, I've recently undertaken a fitness regimen. I'm pretty sure we can all guess what the two exercises are, of course. I've committed myself to exercise one, of course, roller skating. Yes. And of course, second one is naturally outrunning Trumpers on the street. Yes. So yeah, now I can run a few blocks without getting winded, and I'm slightly less likely to die of a heart attack. But literally no one cares. My ass used to be a lot nicer. No one tells you that. No one tells you how gonna ruin your ass getting in shape. So yes. Yes. And I will say this, look, despite my lifelong commitment to bottom of the barrel, God, here's the thing. A guy recently in this particular establishment, he used his open mic time to say, basically to make fun of me, be like, oh, Ilika, don't you have any idea what you're doing with the microphone? And to him I say, sir, if I had the faintest idea what I'm doing with the goddamn microphone, do you think I would be fucking it up this badly every goddamn time I get on stage? Thank you. But yes, despite my commitment to listening to, just come back to this room in my bottom of the barrel paranormal analysis, my entire life, the lizard people never spoke to me until recently. And finally the lizard people have spoken to me. Yes, they graciously let me host, invite me to host 2 days of Lizard Palooza. Very nice of them. I only had to flee the stage once to prevent a bar fight. Yeah, and I always say, look, if you don't have to occasionally flee the stage to prevent a bar fight, You're not doing comedy right, and you know it. Yeah, you know it. Thank you. Thank you. How much time are you going to give me, Buster? Because well, this was the controversial statement I made. I had to, obviously I'm joking. I didn't have to flee the stage. I had to flee the area here by the pool table. This is one of my finest drawings here. This is the one that caused several white ladies to snowflake rapidly. Yes, they chanted USA, USA, but they were the only 3 people chanting it. Then they got madder. They got upset. Other people said, I like her. Shut up. And they got real mad. They snowflaked very rapidly after that. But yes, look, I spent my childhood, almost half my childhood living in one of the poorest countries in the world. It's Honduras. If we have Fox News viewers here tonight, that's one of the Mexican countries, right? So yeah, south of Mexico, still part of North America. One of the poorest countries in the world. And Honduras is the country. Banana Republic. The term Banana Republic was invented for Honduras. And I believe if we continue to give all of our money to the rich people, we're going to continue to self-bananify ourselves. And that is a process I'd like to stress is bananas. And that is spelled with a U. Bananas. Yeah, so these are all greed bananas, as you can see. But I would like to stress, though, that as a society, we have on some level agreed to the greed. We have agreed to the greed as a society. This is not a greed banana, but rather a whole bunch. So take with that what you will. All right, I think I'm going to end it with can I end it with Boobzilla? All right, well, here's the thing. I live my life by 2 equally important, I like to stress equally important life philosophies. The first is, of course, the meaning of life is love in the broadest sense. So always do right by one another. And the second life philosophy, equally important, is naturally the human body is meant to retain body fat. So never get down on yourselves, okay? But here's the thing. I do not really, I just say all bodies are beautiful. And I say that, look, as someone who loves to get laid, and yes, and as someone who loves to sell t-shirts, which you can buy, and sizes up to 5X, a rainbow of colors. I'm running out of some colors at this point, but yes, as someone who loves to sell t-shirts, 12 each or 3 for $30, I do say all bodies are beautiful. But genuinely, I do not really have a body type when it comes to sexual attractiveness. And I ask you to listen up now, because this is the set that a woman, she said to me, I almost peed when I listened to you. And this time it wasn't from fear, she said. This time it wasn't from fear. Yeah, she didn't actually say those words, but that was the subtext. She did say she almost peed from laughing. We all know the subtext. So yes, I say, look, but I've never been a porn watcher, and I can't start now, as I illustrate here. I can't start now in the age of AI. AI does not know what our fingers are for. It's not going to know what boobs are for. It's going to try to help me out by putting all the different size boobs on one individual, for example. Yeah, okay, look, I said I didn't watch porn. I just want to clarify. Obviously, like a normal person, I've seen porn, right? Like a normal person, I obviously watch porn for my gender and women's studies class in college. Yeah. Like a normal person, I obviously went to the gay porn parties in college, where you go to drink and there's just a few guys, 1 or 2 or more guys getting it on a screen in every room. So like a normal person, I obviously went to the gay porn parties in college. And some people say, oh, Ailica, it seems like you were not cool enough to get invited to a party like that. And I say, I was cool enough in college. I was cool enough in college to go to those parties. Yeah, this is usually where someone shouts, what happened? Yeah, so nothing happened. I just went to college with a bunch of dorks, okay? Thank you. So yes, I'm afraid they're going to give me boobzilla here, and you can call it boobzilla, but I'd like to stress the scientific term for these creatures is, of course, bodzilla. Oh, no. Oh no, I'm revealing Buttzilla too soon. Bodzilla. Bodzilla is, of course, the correct scientific term. And someone said, "Oh, she's much nicer than AI," and she is. Look. Oh, sorry, I got a little distracted. A man tried to buy Boobzilla from me for, he said $10 to $20. I'm like, $10 to $20? This took me several hours. At least 25, man. Like, come on. At least 25. Yeah, so people are like, oh, what happened to Buttzilla? Are you not an ass person? It's like, oh, well, Buttzilla has been a thorn in my side to draw. I'm sorry, an extra ass cheek in my side to draw. Yeah, so, yeah, Buttzilla was supposed to have a nice, pretty chubby ankle in a high heel. A nice, pretty chubby ankle in a high heel. But I couldn't get the perspective right. There were 2 other drafts. I couldn't get the perspective right. And I can't Google pretty chubby ankle in a high heel without ruining my search algorithm forever. I'm not going to do that. And then, yeah, so you meet someone in a bar, right? You meet someone in a bar and you say, "You have a really nice ankle. Will you please wear this shoe so I can take a picture for my drawings?" And they're like, "Oh, you're really creepy. You're really creepy." And they say stuff to you. They say like, ma'am, we really are going to have to call the police this time. They say that stuff to you. It's very unkind. People don't know how to take a compliment. Yeah, so I struggle. This is what I got for Buttzilla. It's the best I could do. If you'd like one, I'll draw you a smaller one, and we can negotiate a reasonable price. As I said, it did take me several hours, so there's no way I'm going as low as 20, but 25, yeah, I could work with it. I could work with it. Yeah, well, look, here's the thing. I got very sick while I was in grad school. That's why I have almost all my PhD dissertation written, like 4 out of 7 chapters, basically. I got too sick to finish. And, God, I'm sorry. I was going someplace happy with that, but I'm extremely tired. Yes, so honestly, earlier today I was on stage. They would have given me 30 minutes, they said, but the first time I got a gig doing comedy, look, they let me blather on at them for over 35 minutes, and I tell myself it was not just because of the knife I was holding in my hand, but also because I ranted and raved up there like a total lunatic. But here's the thing, I honestly didn't realize that was a long time in comedy, because in academia, I tell you what, we are just starting to ruin your day at the 30-minute mark. Yeah, I used to think like it's like a book open mic for academics. Everyone gets 15 minutes. They prepare an hour and a half. No one can leave because you can't put it on your resume if you don't give your stupid paper. I'm going to stab you to death in your sleep, Mary Beth. I'm kidding. Mary Beth never brought a 15-minute presentation in over 14 minutes and 21 seconds. I'm sorry, Mary Beth. You're the only one whose name rhymed with death. I had to use you as an example. But that said, I'm sure everyone wants to get home for the evening, so I'm going to call it. Thank you very much for having me. It's HumaneCon, HumaneCon _AK. Actually, can I end with a plug for my my YouTube channel? All right. Well, I'm going to say this. Why? I have not done this one today, right? Why does a man always got to ruin something for you? Man's always got to come along and ruin something for you. So that you go someplace, they're like, "Oh, we loved you. We'd love to have you back." You meet the man who runs the place. He introduces you to his beautiful wife. Then he meets you in the parking lot twice, and he says, "Do you need some dick?" He says. And I'm like, "Oh, is your wife coming? Is your wife coming?" Look, man, at least the guy knew he was a dick. At least he knew he was a dick, right? But I say, hey, don't be a prick magnet like me in this picture here. Instead, get a free orange dick magnet for subscribing to my YouTuber is right. You can get a free dictator magnet for subscribing to my YouTube channels. And it's true what they say. I can't follow you home to make sure you don't unsubscribe. I shouldn't follow you home to make sure you unsubscribe. I can't follow all of you home to make sure you don't unsubscribe. So yes, it is my friend's art, not mine. I don't want to take credit for it. I have like a QR you can scan if you want to learn about him. He is a professional in his field, a professional videographer. But with a security clearance day job, that's all I can say. Thank you. Appreciate you having me.
And now the time has come. First, to shut this motherfucker down. Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. I appreciate the people that traveled far and near. People that dealt with the bullshit that came with the, internet. I'm still going to blame the internet on Michael just because he's not here and can't defend himself. It's probably my computer. I don't fucking know. But we're here. We're back live. We'll do better next week. Follow along. Subscribe. Subscribe. Like, I don't know. Do the things. Follow our comedians. Come back. We'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you, everybody. And Phygital Nights out. Buster.
What up, everybody? Let's go! Flipping through the packs, chasing down that 101, yeah. Searching for the grail till the morning sun comes. Buster! Hit that monster pull, an impossible play. Change the whole damn game in a major way. We hit that monster pull, an impossible play. Change the whole damn game in a major way. Whoa!